What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good Saturday, depending on when you're watching this. Um, so, a couple of announcements before I get into what my latest video is going to be. Um, since I joined the vinyl community, gosh, 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, I never really had a channel name. It's always kind of been whatever my YouTube handle was, John Dub 78 or John Dub 35, and then recently it was just my first name, first name, last name, first initial, Jonathan W. Pretty lame. So I figure if I'm gonna get serious about this, then I need to have a proper channel name. So as of right now, today, it is about 125 the 30th of March 2019. My new channel, this channel that you're watching, will no longer be John Dub 78 or Jonathan W. It will now be known as John's Record Rack. So any subscribers that I have, if you see that pop up in your subs list, John's Record Rack. It's not a new channel, some phantom channel that just, appeared on your sub list. It's John Dub 78 or Jonathan W's new channel, John's Record Rack. All right, we got the administrative stuff out of the way. So last month, February, I started what I think is going to be a reoccurring series for me. I enjoy doing record rips and sharing music that I'm currently listening to. I titled the video John's album of the month or album pick of the month, and last month it happened to be jazz, which was I think it was Wayne. It was a Wayne Shorter album. And I shared a track from that. So I'm going to try to keep that going. I know it's almost April. We've got 2 days left, today and tomorrow, in March. But I figure better late than never. It's still March, so I can still do my album pick of the month. This month was actually kind of difficult because I really have been listening to a ton of different records this month over and over again. And it actually didn't occur to me until a couple of days ago the direction I wanted to go. So last month I mentioned was jazz. This month is going to be metal, the other end of the spectrum, but it's also my other love. My two favorite genres, which I'm sure I've mentioned before in past videos, are jazz and metal. First and foremost, metal for me. Grew up a metalhead. I'll always be a metalhead. I didn't get into jazz until later, but I think there's a lot of similarities with the two genres. Just, one at this end of the spectrum and the other one at this end. So, but for March of 2019, it's going to be metal. And like I said, it didn't occur to me what I was going to do for this month for the record until I was reading an article. I believe it was on loudwire.com. About the band Machine Head, and that we were fast approaching the 25th anniversary of Machine Head's very first record back in 1994. So obviously this is the 25th anniversary year. To be specific, their very first record, Burn My Eyes, was released April 9th of 1994. So I'm sorry, not April 9th, August 9th, 1994. So, come August, here in a few months, it will be the actual official 25th anniversary of their very first record. And the article that I was reading, they were talking to Rob Flynn, frontman, guitar player for Machine Head, and he mentioned that 3/4 of the original Machine Head lineup had just recorded or re-recorded their first record, Burn My Eyes. I don't know why they re-recorded it. Maybe to update it. Maybe they didn't like the mix. I don't really know. They didn't really get into details. He just talked about re-recording it. Not sure how I feel about that because I happen to love that record still to this day. It's one of my favorite 90s metal albums. But he also talked about in re-recording that they're also going to embark on a 25th anniversary tour where they're just going to play that album from front to back, for the tour. So anyways, here is the record in question, Burn My Eyes by Machine Head. Came out in 94. This is not an original. I don't even know if there was an original pressing or if this record was actually pressed on vinyl back in the day. I don't think I've ever looked that up. But this is the Metal Blade reissue that I think came out in 2014. So it sounds great. It's a little quiet. I find myself, the overall mix, I find myself having to turn it up a little bit louder when I'm listening to it. But other than that, sonically, it sounds great. This is the, yellow translucent vinyl of this record. But yeah, it sounds great. I've been listening to this nonstop the entire month, really. And so it kind of worked out perfect that it happens to also be the 25th anniversary of this record. So I'm going to share with you here in a few moments the opening track, Davidian. Davidian sets killer tune. It sets the tone for this entire record. I don't personally believe there's a bad song on here, but it does. I mean, it's a grooving song. There's a little bit of thrash with some of the riffs in it. You can hear some hardcore leanings, but you can definitely hear, especially in the guitar playing, you can hear the influence of Dimebag on Robb Flynn. I would definitely describe Davidian as a groove metal song because it definitely has a killer opening riff, and that riff, various iterations of that riff repeat throughout the song. So I think it's the perfect track to share with everybody. So enjoy, and thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Take care.